Is it supposed to be like this? But then can we both get in the, maybe move it back further?
The problem with these things, they're not interactive.
No, they are. If someone comes on, they're going to write in the chat room there.
Yeah, but they can't hop in.
You can do. There is ways to do that actually on YouTube. And all right, so we're here with Rabbi Asher Meza at his home in Florida. Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you.
We just performed a few conversions down at the beach here, and then we also did a wedding right here in his kitchen. Chuppah, Sheva brachas. We had a minyan. The thing that it really impressed me, I know how hard it is to make a minyan, and we actually made a minyan today because we had that half a minyan, and then we
freed some slaves.
Yeah, we made a minyan meaning we didn't have a minyan before, and then we had a minyan once we finished all the conversions. So we davened mincha, and I remember the last time we did something like that was down in Ecuador, and I was thinking what it says in the Psalms, in Psalm 93, Mikoilis mayim rabim adirim adir b'marim Hashem, that from the voice of many waters, great is the name of Hashem up on high, because and it was out of the water that we were able to make Hashem's name great. Say Yiskadol v'Yiskadol Shmei Rabu. So it's a gewaldige thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
so we try to do this every month. We haven't done it for the last 2 months. I think the last first Sunday of last month was Sukkot. That's why we didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the year before, that we're not doing it next month. We're going to be probably in India by that time. But I would say that the first person, apart from me being a convert myself, the first person I ever saw perform a conversion was Rabbi Kolakowski, and this must have been probably 18 years ago.
Was that long ago?
Yes.
I think, no, it wasn't that long ago, because today was my 17th wedding anniversary, so it was probably
16 years ago.
I think it was more like 14 years ago, 13 years ago, I don't know. No, it's maybe 16 years ago.
It was with
Shlomo David, right?
Shlomo David.
But he was an interesting case because we weren't sure if he needed to convert or not. So we made what we call a Gur L'Chumrah. It was just to be on the safe side that we did that. But yeah, it was in the mikveh. I called my Rav, asked him, this guy tells me his mother's Jewish, I'm not sure or not. Can I count him for minyan? He said, yes. I said, if he's going to be frum, I have a mikveh here. I have 2 other guys who are Shomer Shabbos. If I have a mikveh, I'll throw him in the mikveh. So when he said...
What country was he from?
He was from Jordan. And actually his family were from Hebron. It's a fascinating thing with everything going on now in Eretz Yisrael and the fight with the people they call Palestinians. Most of the Arabs they call Palestinians, like Arafat was Egyptian. He wasn't from Eretz Yisrael. And a lot of them, they come from Jordan, some from Syria, and some from other parts of the Middle East. There are not so many that are indigenous, even though indigenous isn't the right word, to Eretz Yisrael. But the one group that is indigenous to Eretz Yisrael among the Palestinians, that they themselves admit were Jews who were converted to Islam. And there were several groups. There was the Al-Quds group from Yerushalayim that were forced to convert in the 1890s. And then there's the Hebroni group from Hebron, who, when there was a pogrom in 1929 in Hebron, and the Jews were chased out of Hebron. And the Jews who wanted to stay put, the Turkish government forced them to, wasn't the Turkish government then, but the local Arabs, the Waqf, because Turkey was out of there, it was under British control, but they didn't have that type of control to grant religious freedom. If they wanted to stay in Hebron, they had to convert to Islam. And so this particular young man, I remember he came up to us, was in a church. We didn't go into the sanctuary of the church, but we went to an interfaith group. I remember there were 3 weeks in a row on the south side of Richmond. One was in the church, I don't remember which denomination it was. The second was in the mosque. And the third was in a Reform temple. We didn't go to the Reform temple because we weren't around that week. I was somewhere else. I think in New York that week, but I think it was Tuesday nights, 3 weeks in a row. So in the church, this tall guy comes up to us at the yarmulke, and he knew you. He said, Rabbi Meza, I've been trying to get you. And he said he wants to convert to Judaism. So I didn't ask him any questions. I just said, come to our house for Shabbos, and we'll talk about it. You'll see what Shabbos is like, and that was it. I didn't try to push him away or anything. So then once he was there, we asked him, why do you want to convert? He said, because my mother's Jewish. So I said, if your mother's Jewish, you're Jewish already. And I said, what do you mean your mother's Jewish if you're from Jordan? So he said he would ask about his grandmother, who was from Hebron. He would ask his mother, why doesn't grandma go to Juma, to the mosque on Friday? Why does she light candles Friday night? Why does she do all these things? And then she said, shh, don't tell anybody, but we're Jewish. So that was it came to Shabbos. He was there. He was staying by us, and it was we need one more for the minyan, and that's what happened. Was that we put him in the mikveh to make for the minyan, and then he went to yeshiva, and he was very matzliach. He was still in contact with him here and there.
Is he married?
No.
Still paying his cell phone?
No, we're not paying cell phone bill anymore. Sounds like my wife's here, so. All right, well, thank you, Rabbi Meza, for your time. Any questions, comments while we're here? Since I see there's someone now watching, we're not going to turn it off so quickly. Yes? All right, I didn't leave anything else here. You guys, the person who's watching left. All right, thank you, Rabbi Asher. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. How do I turn this thing off? That's my catchphrase. How do I turn this thing off? All right. Beautiful home you have here. We'd like to come visit another time, maybe. All right.
So my regards to Noah, please.